How you doing there? Welcome back to Babylon Talmud. Today we're studying Daf Lamed Gimel, Daf 33 of Masechta Sotah. Friends. Well, I feel like my intro keeps on getting longer. Like there's more and more boilerplate. It's like, how you doing there? Welcome back, friends. And it's like, it's not getting any shorter. Al Caponim. Today we're learning Daf Lamed Gimel, Masechta Sotah, talking about more stuff that could be said in any language, in Lashon Kodesh, things like that. All right, we're going to start in Daf Lamed Gimel Amud Aleph, about 6-7 lines into the page, by the two dots, tefillah. That tefillah could be in any, prayer could be in any language. Rachmi, because after all, it's mercy. It's I guess asking God for mercy, connecting to the Eibishter. Kol eichi deboi matzle, and however you connect. Utfila b'choloshin, is that really true that you could pray in any language? V'amar Rav Yehuda says l'olam al yishal adam tzachav b'lashon aramis. A fellow should not ask for what he needs in Aramaic. Rabbi Yochanan kol hashel tzachav b'lashon arami. That says Rabbi Yochanan that anybody who asks for what he needs in Aramaic, in Malachi Yesharis Nizkaken lo lefisha Malachi Yesharis makirim b'lashon arami. The ministering angels don't speak Aramaic, so if you ask for stuff in Aramaic, it's going to fall on the ears of those who don't understand what the heck you're talking about. Lo kashis no problem b'yochra b'tzibur. So it depends. If you are praying with a quorum, if you're praying with a minyan, so then you could pray in any language that you want, because the praying with a quorum has a special koyach, has a special power that you don't need to rely upon the ministering angels like you need to when you're praying on your own. If you're praying on your own, you need to rely more on the ministering angels, and the ministering angels don't speak Aramaic, so you can't pray in Aramaic when you're praying alone. But is that really true, that the ministering angels don't speak Aramaic? We learn about that Yochanan Kohen Gadol heard a heavenly voice from the Holy of Holies, Shu Omer, that said, Nitzchu Talya de'ozu la'agocha karova la'antuchya, that the Maccabees on Erev Yom Kippur had gone to wage war against the Greeks, and they were successful, and that was what he heard from the Kodesh HaKadoshim, from the Bas called the Kodesh HaKadoshim, and that was in Aramaic. V'shuv Maaseh b'Shimon HaTzadik, and Oichit, there was a Maaseh with Shimon HaTzadik, Sheshama Bas Kol, in Beis Kodesh HaKadoshim, who heard a Bas Kol, a heavenly voice from the Holy of Holies, Shu Omer, that said, Betelas avidto de Omer sino la'aiso al heicholav v'neherag gas kalgas v'aduk zerosov. Again, Betelas avidto, that the army has been defeated. The Omar sino la'aiso al heichola, that the Nudnik enemies were going to bring on the Beis Hamikdash. V'nerag Gaskalgas, and the general Gaskalgas was killed. Uvaduk Zerosov, and his Nudniki degrees, his Nudnikries were nullified. And they wrote down what time that Bas Kol was heard, and Itaka worked out with at the time that this happened, that his army was defeated. So, and that was also in Aramaic. So these were in Aramaic. So if we have these Bas Kols that are coming, that are Babylon. Speaking of Babylons, I got a message earlier from Rabbi Yisrael Smith, that he was outside of my dira, that he was outside, and he was thinking about eating sunflower seeds and yelling, but he said he was going to have Rachmanis on me. So, but I appreciate the Rachmanis, Rabbi Yisrael. So fine. So Mistama, what's the source of the heavenly voice? I guess it's some kind of ministering angel, and they're saying it in Aramaic. So it must be that ministering angels do converse in and do know the language of Aramaic. So one way to answer it is to say, well, in Achinami, the ministering angel who does the Bas Kols speaks Aramaic, because after all, the point of a Bas Kol for it to be heard, right? A heavenly voice needs to be heard. And if the people only know how to speak Aramaic, well then the heavenly voice is only useful if it would be conversed in Aramaic. So therefore, the ministering angel who does the bas kol knows even Aramaic. Alternatively, you could say that the bas kol came from Gavriel, right? Gavriel, the angel Gabriel. That Gabriel taught Joseph the 70 languages. So Gabriel did know Aramaic, and you could say that the bas kol emanated from Babylon. Now, come to think of it, I guess I didn't sleep that much last night. I didn't sleep that little, but I guess I didn't sleep that much either. Alright. Let's go weiter. Fine. Where are we? Let's go weiter. Birkas Hamazon. Grace after meals could be in any language. Tichsiv, the pasuk says, "V'chalta v'savata v'rachta es Hashem Elokecha." Eat, you'll be satisfied, and you'll bless the Eibishter. B'choloshin shatem v'orich, and whatever language you bless in. If you want to bless in Chinese, so you can bless in Chinese. Shvuos ha'edus. Shvuos ha'edus. That is, if I'm not mistaken, Shvuos ha'edus is basically, a fellow knows testimony about somebody else, and he denies that he knows that testimony, and he swears to that degree that he does not know testimony. We'll confirm. Hold that thought, and we'll confirm if that's correct when we get to Masechta Shavuos in about 2.5 years. All right. Dichsiv v'nefesh kisechta v'shama kol Allah b'cholashin shehi shomas. It says in the context of Shavuos Eidos that v'shama kol Allah, that he hears. I guess v'shama kol Allah, that I guess they made him swear b'cholashin shehi shomas. And that would be in any language that he can hear, right? So whatever language you converse and you communicate to the fellow, hey, swear that you don't know testimony, and he swears whatever language that is. Shvuos HaPikodin, and also if he denies knowledge of where something he was watching, what happened to it. Asya Techta Techta Mishvuos Eidos. Well, we have Gzei Shav of Techta Techta from Shvuos HaEidos. And the following items, sounds like there's a lot of activity going on outside. Sirens and all sorts of things. Alright. And the following things, davka have to be said in Lashon Kodesh. Mikra Bikurim. When you bring your Bikurim, it's close to Shavuos. You don't have to bring Bikurim on Shavuos. You just have to bring them once a year, if I'm not mistaken. But I think Bikurim, but Shavuos was the generally the popular time to bring your first fruits to Jerusalem, if I understand correctly. So soon will be Shavuos. Who's still counting sphere with the bracha? Huh? It's easy these days because you get an email from Maizmanim. You're sitting there working, and all of a sudden you see an email from Maizmanim, and it reminds you to do it. It's much easier. Friday night's the kicker. All right, fine. Where are we? So Mikra Bikurim, right? To say Arami Oviravi, Vachalitza, as well as Chalitza. The parts that she has to say. So Ad Mikra Bikurim Ketzad. And then the Mishnah said how tell me about this Mikra Bikurim. V'anisa v'amarti l'fnei Hashem Elokecha, that it says by Bikurim that you will answer and say before Hashem your God, the Eibishter your God. U'la'alenu omen, it also says by the Levim v'anu Levim v'amru, that the Levites said El Kol Ish Yisrael, to all the Yidden, Ma'aniya Amura l'halam b'lashon kodesh, just like by the Levites on Har Grizim and Har Eival it was lashon kodesh, Avkan b'lashon kodesh. So here also by the Bikurim it is lashon kodesh. Levim gufay minolan. How do I know that by the Levim and Har Grizim and Har Eival it was lashon kodesh? Asi kol mimoshe, because it says kol, right? It says v'anu Levim v'amru el kol ish Yisrael kol gadol, kol ram, and it says by Moshe ksivacha kol ram uchsivasam Moshe daber elim ve'elikim yanenu b'kol. It says by Moses that Moses would speak and the Eibishter would answer him with a voice. Ma'alaholim b'lashon kodesh, avkam b'lashon kodesh. So just like by Moses, on Mount Sinai when he received the Torah, it was in Lashon Kodesh. So here also by the Levim, where it says Kol, it's also Lashon Kodesh. There's a lot of sirens going on outside. Wonder what they're sirening about. Very, very siren-y stuff. You think the Prime Minister is driving someplace? Maybe that's what it is. They make a lot of noise when he's going places. Alright, let's go weiter. Chalitza ketzad v'chulei. Ho ho. So how do we know that by chalitza, who can tell me what chalitza is? Alright. I won't make you reopen those memories. Chalitza be'etzim, well, either way you're going to have to, but I won't make you do it. I'll explain it to you. Chalitza is be'etzim, if you don't do yibum, you do chalitza. What do you know? Reuven dies. Sarah needs to do yibum with Shimon. If they don't do yibum, since she does chalitza, she takes off the shoes, spits on the floor. So the rabbis learn it out from the fact that it says ve'onsa ve'omra, and it also says by the Levim ve'onu alevim ve'omru. So just like there, it's Lashon Kodesh. So also by chalitza. Yehuda had said that he learns it out from. It says in the pasuk kocha. So kocha means like this, exactly like this in Lashon Kodesh. Ve'abonon hai kocha ma'avdilei. What do the rabbis do with kocha? Yehuda learns out from the Lashon Kodesh. What do the rabbis do with kocha? Mibai lehu the davishu ma'ase ma'akev. That when it says kocha ye'ose, that so it means that any ma'ase, such as spitting, removing the shoe, things like that, you have to do. If you don't do them, then the chalitza is no good. Rabbi Yehuda miko kocha. Rabbi Yehuda learns out that the maises are ma'akif, and the fact that it could have just said ko, but it didn't say ko, it said kocha. So we learn out two things: A, that it's in Lashon Kodesh, and B, that any maise is ma'akif. Whereas the rabbis, they don't have that tradition of ko kacha being something that you can learn from. Rabbi Yehuda hai ve'onsa ve'omer mai ovedle. What does Rabbi Yehuda do with the rabbi's pasuk that says ve'onsa ve'omer, and then you make the gzeir shava from chalitza to the Levim? So miboyle la'agmure le'Levim de beloshin kodesh. So Rabbi Yehuda learns out ve'onsa actually to teach that the Levim at Har Grizim and Har Evel was in Lashon Kodesh, because it says ve'anu alevim ve'amru, and it also says ve'onsa ve'amru by chalitza. Just like chalitza, we said from kocha, it has to be Lashon Kodesh. So also by the brachos and klos and Har Grizim and Har Evel was also Lashon Kodesh. V'leilev kol mi Moshe, but we just learned out that by the Levim and Har Grizim and Har Eva it was in Lashon Kodesh from the fact that it says kol, and it says kol by Moses as well. So ania gomir kol lo gomir. Rabbi Yehuda, of course, gzeir shava, you can't just make up gzeir shavas. You have to have a masorah for them, a tradition for them. And Rabbi Yehuda had a tradition for ania for ve'onsa ve'amra and ve'anu alevim ve'amru, to teach that that's how we know that the Har Grizim and Har Eva was in Lashon Kodesh. He did not have a tradition about kol from Moses. Tanya Namiyachi. We also learn in a brisa Rabbi Yehuda's approach and perspective. Rabbi Yehuda Omer says, Rabbi Yehuda kol makom shenemar kocha aniya va'amira enu ela Lashon Kodesh. Koi sevarchu. That when it says ko, it means Lashon Kodesh, like we see by Birkas Kehanim, it says koi sevarchu es bnei Yisrael emer loim. Emer loim, omer loim, amor lahem. I think that's a komatz. Okay. Ko sevarchu, kocha de chalitza, so also by chalitza says kocha, aniya v'amira de levim, which we learned that is also in Lashon Kodesh. Okay, brachos uklalos keitzad kimchav yisrael seyadim v'chulei. So the Mishnah then explained how everything worked on Mount Grizim and Mount Evel. Says the Gemara, Tana Rabbanon, the rabbis taught in a brayse alehem be'evar yarden. So it says that Har Grizim and Har Evel were be'evar yarden, on the other side of the Jordan River in Eretz Yisrael. Me'evel yarden ve'elach, but far away from the Jordan. Right? The Jordan is on the eastern border of Eretz Yisrael. Har Gerizim and Har Eval are far away from the eastern border, closer to the western border. Divrei Rabbi Yehuda, that's Rabbi Yehuda's opinion, and he understands Acharei Derech Mevoah Shemesh Makom Shecham Zorachas. It means Acharei, far away from Derech Mevoah Shemesh Makom Shecham Zorachas. I read that twice, right? Where the sun rises from. So far away, where does the sun rise? In the east. Far away from where the sun rises from. Far away from the east. Be'eretz HaKnaini Hayoshe Ba'arove. When it says in the land of Canaan, in the Arava, Elu Har Gerizim Har Eval Sheyoshvim Boim Kusim. This is the Har Gerizim and Har Eval that the Kusim right now live, right at the time we're living in Eretz Yisrael. Mula Gilgal, opposite Gilgal, Samuch LeGilgal, close to Gilgal. Eitz Elonei Moreh, Shechem. Near Elonei Moreh, and that is Shechem. Ulalonu Omer, Vayaver Avram Ba'aretz Ad Makom Shechem Ad Elon Moreh. And it says by Avram that he traversed the land of Israel until Shechem, until Elon Moreh. Ma Elon Moreh Omer Lohalon Shechem Afkan Shechem. So just like by Abraham, when it says Elon Moreh, it means Shechem. So here Oichet, when it says Eitzel Elonei Moreh, it means Shechem. Okay. Tanya Omer Uwa. I wonder what that's all about. Interesting. Tanya Amar Rebbe Elazar Rebbe Yossi says Rebbe Elazar Rebbe Yossi b'davar zeh ziyafti sivrei kutim. That in this way I sort of proved narishkeit, the Sifrei Torah of the Kutim, of the Kutis. Now, apparently in the Sifrei Torah of the Kutim, it said Elon. What did it say? Elon Moreh Shechem. Kilu. Yeah, let's just say that for now. That in their Torah, it said, right, they wrote that Elon Moreh is Shechem. So now, Amartilem, so says Rabbi Elazar Rebbe Yossi, I said to them, right, meaning they added the word Shechem to their Sefer Torah. Ziyaftim Toraschem, you've forged, you made your Torah into a forgery. And you got nothing for it. It makes no sense. Because you've written into your Torah that Elonei Moreh is Shechem. You've hard coded that in, right? Now we agree that Elonei Moreh is Shechem. We learned it out from Gzeir Shava from Abraham. Right? Meaning over here, all it says is that the Eitzel Elonei Moreh, but it doesn't say explicitly that it's Shechem, but we know that it's Shechem because it says Elonei Moreh here, and it says Elonei Moreh by Abraham. Just like over there, it says Ad Makom Shechem Ad Elon Moreh. So just like by Abraham, it's Shechem. So here also we know that it's Shechem, but we learn that we can only learn that out from Torah Shabbat Peh, from Gzeir Shaveh. But you Kutim, you don't hold of Torah Shabbat Peh. You only hold of the written Torah. So then, Aten B'may Lamadatum, how did you know then that Elon Moreh by Har Gerizim and Har Eval is Shechem as well? And I guess Rebbe Elazar Rebbe Yossi says that he kind of stumped them with that. Rebbe Elazar Omer, so it says Rebbe Elazar, whereas Rebbe Yehuda had said that Har Gerizim and Har Eval were by Shechem, far away from the Jordan, far away from the eastern border of Israel. Rebbe Elazar Omer, Fakert. It was right next to the Jordan. It was close to the eastern border of Israel. It can't be too far away from the Jordan because it says that immediately when you cross into Eretz Yisrael, cross the Yarden into Eretz Yisrael, you can have the brachos of Klolos and Har Gerizim and Har Eval, which must mean it can't be too far away from the Jordan. Achri derech mevoah shemesh, and says Rebbe Elazar when it says Achri derech mevoah shemesh, far away from the mevoah shemesh, makom shacham shokas. Excuse me, sneeze. Wow, Babel sneeze. All right, fine. Shokas. So far away from where the sun sets, right? Far away from the west, i.e., in the east. Okay, fine. Now going back to Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda had said that Har Gerizim and Har Eval were by Shechem. So be'eretz HaKanani eretz chivi he. So when it says eretz Kanani, it means eretz chivi because by Shechem was in the Chivite area. Hayoshe Barava v'alo bein Har Mugvos. So when it says though that Har Gerizim and Har Eval were in the Arava, in the valley, in the plains. So, but the Chivite land is in the mountains and the hills. Mula Gilgal v'lo lo rois a Gilgal. How could it be close to Gilgal? Shechem isn't close to Gilgal. Rabbi Eliezer ben Yaakov Omer says, Rabbi Eliezer ben Yaakov le'ba'kosov ele laharos loin derech b'shniya k'derech shera loin b'rishona. These descriptions are really just a blueprint that the Eibishter wanted to make it clear for the Yidden. So meaning, it's not literally that Shechem is close to Gilgal or that the Chivite land is in the Arava. No, it's saying those are instructions for how to proceed into Eretz Yisrael. Meaning, initially when the Yidden left Egypt, there was the Anonei HaKavod. There was, ways that the Eibishter led them and guided them and made sure that they were traveling in the right way by the Anonei HaKavod. They don't have the Anonei HaKavod anymore. So this was sort of the map and the signs of how they should progress. Derech, that when it says derech, baderech l'chu v'lo basados uchromim, you should walk on the roads, not through fields and vineyards. Hayoshev, when it says hayoshev, b'yishuv l'chu v'lo b'midbaros, you should in lived in lands, not in deserts. Ba'rove l'chu v'lo b'har mikvos. You should walk in the plains, not in the hills and the mountains and the hills. Friends, I think we're going to stop here because if we go further, it kind of continues on to tomorrow's topic. So I think we will stop here. Friends, that was Daf Lamed Gimel of Masechta Sotah. I hope you enjoyed. We talked about more things that need to be said either in any language or B'lashon Kodesh. Friends, that was Daf Lamed Gimel of Masechta Sotah. I hope you enjoyed. Peace out.